that's fine. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a realistic day in my life vlog. That's what we're doing today. I'm just gonna take you along with me because I have quite the to-do list. So what have we done so far? We already walked, flip, and listened to a podcast, eat breakfast. It says and drink tea, but I might make a smoothie instead. I took my supplements, and then I have to get the laundry in motion. The only thing is I don't have any laundry detergent, so I might have to go to the store before doing the laundry, which is kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. Just gonna be doing a lot of walking this morning, and it's already 8:45, so the day's moving. Things are happening. Like 9:25. I'm nervous. I need to get all this stuff done. This list is so long. I need to set the laundry in motion. Let me just read it. Set the laundry in motion because I have to take it to a laundromat. Then I have to bring the 4 days back to USPS. And then I have to switch the laundry over. And then do the dishes. And then bring the laundry back and fold and put away the laundry. That's probably all the stuff that I will realistically get done this morning. That's what I'm gonna try to do. If I don't get to the dishes, that's fine. I really do need to take a shower before I go to work though. I have to leave for work by 1:45 and I have to make sure that I walk this guy before I go. I think we can make it happen. I just need to get cracking because I really need to buy some laundry detergent. Honestly, should I just buy the crappy one from the bodega on the way there instead of going all the way down to the grocery store? I'll probably just do that. I'll be fine. My skin is doing pretty well so far, but maybe it's because I'm using the good detergent. Okay, I'll go. Got it. Ugh. It's so big. I think I have to figure out how to put that in a smaller container so I can actually carry it over there because it is literally like significantly heavy. Oop. Okay. Also, just so you know, if your washing liquid is a color other than clear, red flag. Red frickin' flag. I always get the gentle stuff because there are actual studies that like Gain and like Tide and stuff. It's actually low-key toxic to your skin, so I'm not at the stage of like just baking soda because I don't think it works that well in my personal experience, but this stuff's really good. Very minimal ingredients. Okay, let's go take the laundry. Did it. Okay, now I have to add the like shipping labels to those bags and then carry them several blocks to the nearest USPS store. I have officially dropped off those 2 huge 4 days bags and I feel so good. I feel so light and airy. I'm so happy. And I switched over my laundry from the washer to the dryer on my way back from the post office, I stopped at the laundromat, did that, and now I'm here. And now it's time to take a shower because doing all that walking in this sweatshirt was kind of a mistake because I'm a little bit sweaty now and I just feel gross in general. I need to take a shower, so I'm gonna do that, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to do some dishes, and then I can get my laundry, and then I'll just come back here and fold some laundry and we can chat or something. Okay guys, we're sitting down, we're doing some laundry. I highly suggest that if you have laundry to do, if you have laundry to fold or something else that you can do, just cozy up and let's get going. What am I gonna talk about right now? I think I'm just gonna talk about what I kind of am feeling in my heart right now about like minimalism and stuff. I think I really just have to get my priorities straight in terms of like why I'm doing this. I got a really good comment this morning on my video that I posted last week, and basically this person was just like, okay, you basically just have to think about what is your ideal situation, what do you want this room or space to look like, and then just kind of work towards that. Because if you leave random things in your place, it just kind of clutters your view of what the final result is gonna end up looking like. And I don't know, like, what is my final result? And I think my final result is kind of just, I mean, at the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about the fact that I will be moving to a different country in about 5 years from now. And really, part of the reason why I started this minimalism journey in the first place, part of the reason, is because I knew I was gonna be moving and I didn't wanna move with like a million things weighing me down when I got to this new country to have all these new experiences and blah, blah, blah. So that was part of the reason. I think another part of the reason is because I knew that I had a shopping problem. Like, I knew that I was coping with certain things by buying things instead of like dealing with my problems. But then that came along with a lot of other things, like drinking when I was bored or eating a lot of food that wasn't necessarily good for me and my specific health problems. And I think all of this is to say, at the end of the day, I just want to feel more peaceful and less tied down by things. I think that's like the really obvious answer to like, why are you going minimalist? But too much visual clutter is super overwhelming for me. I am not a maximalist. I'm definitely not like a barren minimalist, because looking at nothing is not inspiring to me. I like to see beautiful things. I like things that have meaning and have a story behind them. That's why I have tattoos and stuff. Like, they remind me of certain times in my life or experiences that I've had. But I don't know, with minimalism, I feel like the whole reason why I wanted to kind of go down that path was to clear my mind from all of the really surface level things that were going on. I wanted to get out of the constant need to assuage my sad feelings with buying something, because I know that that's not sustainable in any way. Obviously, the things that you buy are not going to make your life better. The only thing that money can give you is a sense of security and safety and like food and basic necessities and stuff, and like experiences. And I feel like spending your money on experiences is a way better use of your time and money versus, you know, wasting it on another outfit. What is that gonna give you? A confidence boost for 10 minutes? Obviously, it's important to have clothes that fit and make you feel good, but again, I had a lot of random pieces of clothing in my wardrobe that were just like fantasy items, and I feel like it's really hard to get rid of things when you're not really living your most aligned life. And I think that's the hard part about minimalism that no one really talks about, is that it's, I mean, I don't know, people might talk about it. It's basically this whole huge mindset shift and lifestyle change. And living like truly minimalist, I think, is very different for each person that does it because it means something different to everyone. But for me, it kind of just means like living in a more holistic and I guess intentional way. And that's, I guess, really the whole thing about this channel is I'm trying to find ways to live a more happy and intentional life. And I truly think that minimalism can do that for me, and it has been so far. But I also still feel super overwhelmed, not only by minimalism, but I think sometimes by this idea that your minimalism at the end of the day has to be perfect. And I think that's really been messing me up lately, like trying to get this achieved goal of like having a perfectly decluttered and zen household and like getting rid of all personality in your home or any kind of sentimental items. Obviously, there are things that I'm holding on to that maybe an extreme minimalist would be like, you're not a minimalist, that's too many sentimental things or whatever. But at the end of the day, we are sentimental beings. There's a difference between being overly sentimental and like nostalgic versus, you know, a healthy amount. I guess my point is just that my version of minimalism is not gonna look the same as yours. And yes, there's probably ways that I could be decluttering in a better and more effective way. But at the same time, like, I have ADHD. It truly does affect my life in a major way. And I feel like with minimalism, it will make my ADHD symptoms and like overwhelm and all that stuff a lot less prevalent in my life. But the process of getting everything out and like truly away and organized and like having it have a place in my home so that I know where everything is gonna take maybe longer than the average person because my executive dysfunction makes it really difficult for me to get things out of the house all the way, which is why a lot of people were like in the comments like, oh, well, if you didn't get rid of those bags, you haven't decluttered anything. And I'm like, well, I've half decluttered it. Trust me, for me, getting things in a bag and like out of the main rotation of things is already a huge step. And just because they're dusty and sitting in a corner of my room, yeah, sure, they aren't fully decluttered, but like they're not something that I deal with on a daily basis, which is kind of why they're still in that corner. But it's better than nothing. And I think that especially online, this whole idea of like minimalism has to be perfect can be super damaging for people who are super intimidated to start. And I feel like we really need to normalize the fact that not everyone has the mental energy, the time, the executive function, or whatever to make all of it happen all at once. And decluttering in tiny spurts can sometimes be the most realistic option for someone that wants to get into minimalism. And for me, that's kind of how it's gone. I did kind of a main sweep, one room at a time at the very beginning, and now I've just been kind of going throughout my house randomly where I know that there's pain points, because that's a really sustainable way for me personally to get out the random things that are kind of just like at the back of my head. And I guess this is just my long-winded way of saying, if you tell me that I'm doing minimalism wrong in my comments, I don't care. I'm sorry, I really don't care. This is the way that works best for me. And I genuinely do get pieces of advice that are really good, that are like, oh, don't leave stuff in piles, especially if you have ADHD and blah, blah, blah. Totally get it. Some of those comments are genuinely helpful, and they're like, oh, well, if you don't have the executive function to do this, then maybe it's more realistic to do that. That's helpful too. But when people are like, oh, it's much easier to just do it room by room because XYZ. Okay, I already did room by room, and now I'm just kind of going through the areas of my house, and I'll probably eventually do room by room again, but for now, I'm not. And that's just how it's gonna go for me right now. Again, I have no idea what point I'm making. I'm kind of just like spewing out my thoughts on this whole topic. So apologies if it doesn't make that much sense. I just wanted to come and talk a little bit about my feelings that have kind of just been swimming around my head for the past couple of months, because, you know, sharing your life online can sometimes be kind of a weird experience, and opening yourself up to criticism is a really wild thing to do, and I've just been having a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. But I truly do appreciate all of the comments and support that I've been receiving in the comments. Like, you guys are so sweet and nice and genuinely so supportive of all the stuff that I've been doing on this channel, and it really means a lot, and it's really driven me to continue on this path when I was kind of like, you know, it's kind of a lot, like it's gonna take a while, whatever. I've just been kind of taking it at my own pace in the way that makes sense to me, and you know, you guys have been giving me good advice and helping me out and supporting me, and I do appreciate that a lot. So I just wanted to officially thank you guys all for, you know, commenting on my videos and liking and subscribing and all that stuff. But I guess back to what my goals are for minimalism, besides the fact that I really don't want to have an exuberant amount of stuff when I move in 5 years. I just want everything in my like house and apartment and space to feel a bit less chaotic. I just wanted to live more centered and more intentional. If I'm just buying things willy-nilly and going out and spending money that I maybe don't have, or maybe I could just use for something much more productive, like buying a house or something, I just feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I stay trapped in this loop of unconscious consumption. Just being more intentional about the things that I buy. I feel like minimalism truly is the most eco-friendly lifestyle that you could have, because you're literally just purchasing less stuff. So I really implore you to take some time to sit with how you want to cultivate the stuff that you consume. So really thinking about what you see on your Instagram feed, muting or unfollowing the things that literally just don't bring you joy or you feel very neutral about. Only put things on there that you feel happy and refreshed to see. I have so many positive figures and people and accounts that I follow that like it ends up being at least a more positive experience versus one that really can just suck all the energy and happiness and light out of you. So don't forget that minimizing negative stuff and extra clutter in your Instagram and social media can also be one of the really important aspects of minimalism, especially now in today's very modern and digital age. Okay, so hopefully that little rant wasn't too boring, and I think that's essentially all I have to say about that at the current moment. But if you resonate to any of the things that I said in that very chaotic and all over the place rant, then feel free to leave a comment and we can chat more there. Or if you really want to hear more of my thoughts on a certain topic that I mentioned or just anything else, feel free to leave a comment about that, and I can always do a video talking about my thoughts and feelings on a certain thing. But with that, I am done with my laundry, so hopefully you got some of your laundry folded or something else done as well. Dishes, whatever. Speaking of dishes, now I gotta go do those. It never ends. Okay, now that I've done my dishes, I have to take this little guy out on a walk before I leave for work, and then I need to very quickly make myself something to eat and then leave for work. And I have a couple of dishes that I didn't get to finish, but I will finish those and then put away my laundry when I get back. So I will see you guys when I'm back from work. That was way more dramatic of a freaking commute home than it needed to be. I have changed, and of course my neighbor started playing house music, because what's new? What else would he be doing on a Wednesday night at 7 p.m.? I guess I'm just gonna make dinner now and hopefully do these dishes before I go to bed, and probably put these clothes away before I sit down and just like relax.